A 5'7" guard from Valenzuela out of La Salle Green Hills, number 3, Unique Gamboa. A 5'10" guard from Pampanga out of Adamson University, number 4, Encho Serrano. Standing 5'11" from Nueva Ecija out of Hope Christian High School, number 5, Harvey Pagsanhan. A 6'1" forward from Pangasinan out of Ateneo de Manila University, number 6, Dave Ildefonso. A 6-foot forward from Pampanga out of the National University, number 7, John Lloyd Clemente. A 6-foot guard from Quezon City out of UPIS, number 8, Juan Gomez del Llano. Standing 6'10" from Manila out of Ateneo de Manila University, number 9, Kai Soto. A 6-foot forward from Manila out of Chiang Kai-shek College, number 10, Jonas Tibayan. Standing 6'5" from Pangasinan, a center. Out of San Beda College, number 11, Jeremy Mahinay. A 6'2" forward from Tuguegarao out of La Salle Green Hills, number 12, Troy Malyulin. A 6'4" center from Nueva Ecija out of Arellano University, number 13, Aaron Fermin. A 6'5" forward from the USA, from Philips Sports USA, number 14, Bruce Edwards. A 6'4" forward from Camp David, New Zealand, number 15, Emmanuel Magdenberg. And coach for the North team is multi-titled PBA coach and now a member of the national team, John Wichico, along with assistant coach Randy Alcantara. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the South team. A 5'9" guard from Bacolod out of Ateneo, number 1, S.J. Belaguer. A 5'6" guard from Laguna out of Mapua, number 2, Romuel Hunsay. Standing 5'10" from Cebu, this guard is out of Sacred School High School, Ateneo de Cebu, number 3, Andrew Velasco. Standing 5'10" from Cebu, this guard is out of Chiang Kai-shek College, number 4, John Galineto. A 5'8" guard from Cavite out of Emilio Aguinaldo College, number 5, Maui Cruz. 6-foot forward from Pangasinan. Out of Arellano University, number 6, Lars Suma. A 5'10" forward from Davao, out of Chiang Kai-shek College, number 7, Miguel Alcorn. .5'11" forward out of Cebu, from the University of the Visayas, number 8, Jan Court Cambahu. A 6'7" center out of Cavite, playing out of Lyceum of the Philippines, number 9, Erlan Umpan. And forward standing 6'1.5" out of Tarlac, playing out of Papua, number 10, Sherwin Concepcion. A 6'3" center from Manila, playing out of the National University, number 11, Carl Peñano. .6'1" forward out of Zamboanga City, also out of the National University, number 12, Ryan Amsali. .6'3" center from Alabang, out of San Beda College, number 13, Samuel Abuhichle. A 6'8" forward from the USA, out of Philip Sports, number 14, Kamaka Himpa. And a 6'6" guard out of Crossover, Canada, number 15, Evan Santiago. And coach for the South team is one of the youngest assistant coaches ever in national team history. And also one of the best at the dribble drive offense in the country, Josh Reyes, assisted by Alan Albano. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 NBTC Division I All-Stars. I'd like to request both teams to stay at center court for our photo op before we begin our All-Star game. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the 2017 NBTC League Division 1 All-Stars. And we would like to thank Nike for the shoes of our All-Stars for this game. In just a few moments, it'll be game time in our Division 1 All-Star Game.
She from Africa, but she feeling like she Asian. Black but the mind looking Asian. I gave her the candy, Kansas. I gave her the she don't give me camera. Okay, I forgot we met in Oklahoma. I used to smoke with Jada, she from Arizona. Then I met a girl in Cali, I never disowned her. She got that high grade, come with the promise. I don't know why she keep telling me this. Telling me that. You said what you agree with you, I never go back. Now I got a lesson that I wanna teach you. I'ma show you no matter the need. She's never like she says I need you. She said more than my friends. I said my
From the bright lights of the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City, we present to you the future of Philippine basketball here in the 2017 NBTC All-Star Games. You're watching this special event exclusively on SNN. We are also streaming live on sports.abs-cbn.com/livestream/NBTC. The top high school players from Division 1 are about to showcase their talent as the North All-Stars take on the South All-Stars in the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. Mabuhay Pilipinas at maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok ngayon. I am Anton Rojas and joining me is a member of the inaugural batch of NBTC players back in 2008, and mind you, he was also the MVP during that batch. I'm talking about Mikey Reyes. From the bright lights of the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City, we present to you the future of Philippine basketball here in the 2017 SM National Basketball Training Center All-Star Games. You're watching this special event exclusively on SNA, and we are also streaming live on sports.abs-cbn.com/livestream/NBTC. The top high school players from Division 1 are about to showcase their talent as the North All-Stars take on the South All-Stars in the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. Mabuhay Pilipinas at maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok ngayon. I am Anton Rojas, and joining me right now was a member of the inaugural batch of NBTC players back in 2008. And mind you, he was also the MVP of that batch. Of course, I'm talking about Mikey Reyes.
Well, thank you for that nice introduction, Anton. And it's very exciting, of course, as we take a closer look at these players na sabi mo nga are the top 26 high school players of our country.
Now, Mikey, we were part of the committee that ranked these top 26 players. We were part of the NBT Rankings Committee, and we're going to be talking about where these players stand in terms of that ranking. But first, let's check out the lineups for both the North and the South All-Stars, starting off with the North All-Stars. Now, here in this batch, Mikey, 7 out of the top 10 ranked players are included in this group.
Well, like you said, it was a tough job for us, for all of us, of course, the coaches and the other people who are very familiar of the high school game. Like what you said, 7 players nga, top 10 dito sa team na to. Kaya medyo malakas itong North All-Stars, but of course, we will have to talk about number 1, Encho Serrano. Number 2, John Lloyd Clemente. And number 4, Juan Gomez Diliano. Yung magkakasama dito sa North All-Stars. Of course, Juan Gomez Diliano was our UAAP MVP doon sa kakatapos lang na season. John Lloyd Clemente, his NU Bullpups were part of the finals against the FEU Tamaraws. Ito namang, of course, Encho Serrano. Alam naman natin, talagang matindi ang pinakita nito nung UAAP.
Some people compare him to Calvin Abueva. So we're going to get to see just what exactly Encho Serrano can bring to the table. Let's not forget, Troy Malilin is also part of this group, and he was the MVP in the NCAA.
Well, of course, last year yun, actually, 2016. Alam naman natin na nauna yung NCAA season sa UAP season nung first semester. Talagang Troy Malilin really showed the way para sa LSGH Greenies, and he also committed also to DLSU and will play for Coach Alden Ayo.
Now we are looking at Encho Serrano of the Adamson Baby Falcons on your screens. We will also be joined by our courtside reporter Gaynel Krishnan, and right before this game, she had a chat with Encho Serrano. Well, we rank Encho Serrano as the number 1 player right now in high school, and we will try to get to that interview later on. But first, let's shift over to the other side at pag-usapan natin, Mikey, ang koponan ng South All-Stars. Now, to those who are wondering why North and South ang tinawag sa dalawang All-Star teams na ito, we are basing this on the birthplace or the hometown of these players.
So, as we all know, itong South All-Stars, malamang, marami dito, pinanganak, of course, in the provinces down low. Pero as we look at their lineup, the first thing you will see is SJ Belangel, the number 3 rated high school player, the top point guard actually of the high school game this season. Of course, John Galinato is there, he is number 7, and Samuel Abuhichle of the San Beda Red Cubs is also there at number 9. So a big task for the South All-Stars as they go up against the North All-Stars. Pero I'm sure these players are very, very challenged in beating the so-called the better team.
You mentioned SJ Belangel, the top point guard. They also have the top-ranked center in high school right now, Sam Abuhichle of the San Beda Red Cubs. They will be coached by Coach Josh Reyes. Ang North All-Stars naman, they will be having Coach Jong Yuchiko. Hindi ba parang mas lamang sa experience itong North kumpara sa South?
Oh, especially, of course, Coach Jong Yuchiko, as we all know, is a multi-titled coach in the pro ranks. But Coach Josh Reyes, we can't count him out. We all know his system, his 5-out system, his dribble drive offense. It's very, very good. It's very, very bagay na bagay dun sa team na medyo mas mahina in terms of skills. Pero if they can run the other team off the court, malaking chance pa rin itong team ni Coach Josh Reyes.
All right, let's go back to the North All-Stars and get that interview of Gaynel Krishnan with Encho Serrano.
That is right, Mikey and Anton. Kasama ko nga ngayon si Encho Serrano. So Encho, my question is, na-rank ka ng NBTC as #1 player, high school player dito sa ating bansa. Anong reaction mo doon?
Masaya lang po ako na nalaman ko yun na sa nakita ko na yung tinatrabaho ko, parang may nararating ako. Siguro, naging proud lang ako sa sarili ko. Na-inspire pa ako para magpa-improve pa araw-araw.
Alright, so yung second question ko naman sa'yo, alam mo, kinukumpara ka nga daw nila kay Calvin Abueva. Ano masasabi mo doon?
Masaya lang na, kasi sobrang idol ko talaga siya. Unang-una, sobrang tapang niya. Tapos sobrang sipag niya maglaro sa court. Yun lang, nagiging inspire lang ako sa kanya na makuha ko yung laro niya.
Ganda, idol mo pa pala, tapos na-compare pa siya. Well, back to you, Anton and Mikey.
Well, Mikey, it looks like Encho likes the Calvin Abueva comparison.
Well, actually, I had a quick chat with Encho Serrano before this game. Talaga namang idol talaga. Since galing from Pampanga, of course, Encho Serrano is from Pampanga as well as Calvin Abueva. So he's really looking up to his kuya Calvin, yun nga ang tawag niya. As he tries to go to the college game naman, talagang dadala niya yung itong Calvin Abueva comparison.
Now, let's talk about the top point guard right now in high school. You're looking at him right now on your screens from the Ateneo Blue Eaglets, SJ Belangel. Now, your point guard as well, Mikey. What is the scouting report on SJ Belangel?
Well, the first thing that you will notice with SJ Belangel is his height. And medyo malaki na rin ang katawan itong si SJ for a high school kid. And he is ready for the pro ranks. Of course, he still has one playing year for the Ateneo Blue Eaglets. So it will be very exciting as he teams up again with, of course, Kai Soto with Coach Joe Silva sa Eaglets.
Gaynel Krishnan also had a chat with SJ Belangel. Let's watch this.
That is right, Mikey and Anton. Kasama ko nga ngayon si SJ Belangel. So SJ, my question is, you're recognized by many as the best point guard player now for high school. How do you feel about that?
Una-una siguro, I feel happy it's because all the hard work and pain na yung dinaranas ko para siguro masabi na best point guard. And yun nga, secondly, madami pa ako matutunan as point guard. So yun, as of now, I feel happy about it.
Wow, okay. You're very happy. So ngayon naman, how do you plan to take on the lead for the South All-Star? Knowing na North All-Star, nandyan sila Encho Serrano, they also have Kai Soto. So anong gagawin nyo kaya?
Siguro makikinig lang kami kay coach namin sa mga sinasabi niya kasi siya naman may alam eh. Kaya he's been here before. So siguro as a point guard of this team, so kailangan ko lang siguro organize yung team and coach will do the rest. Susundin ko lang mga sinasabi niya. So yan, have fun. It's an all-star game. So yan.
Alright, so good luck sa game natin later. Back to you, Anton and Mikey.
Well, Mikey, we did notice na pagdating sa players, mas mataas nga yung mga rankings ng mga membro ng North All-Stars. But SJ Belangel, he is a leader and he will try to guide the South All-Stars to victory today.
Well, this will be a good challenge for SJ Belangel. I know this is the All-Star game, but these players are ready to compete. As they said kanina sa dugout, talagang they will treat it as an ordinary game for all of them.
And we are all excited to get a glimpse of the future. So when we come back, we shall have tip-off. It is the North versus the South All-Stars here in the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Games on SNA.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for our 2017 SM NBTC Division I All-Star Game. First, for the North team. Number 1, Evan Nelle. Number 7, John Lloyd Clemente. Number 8, Juan Gomez Del Llano. Number 10, Jonas Tibayan. And number 11, Jeremy Mahinay. Head coach for the North team is Joe Wichico with Randy Alcantara. And now the starters for the South team. Number 1, SJ Belangel. Number 6, Lars Suga. Number 7, Miguel Alcorn. Number 9, Erlan Umpad. And number 14, Kamaka Hepa. Head coach for the South team is Josh Reyes with Alan Albano. Our referees for this game.
Well, there you have it, the starting lineups for both the North and the South All-Star teams. And we are seeing number 14, Kamaka Hepa from Phil-Am Sports USA, jumping it up for the South squad, and he will be facing off against San Beda College's Jeremy Mahinay. Once again, we welcome you to our exclusive SNA coverage of the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. And we are officially underway here at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City.
So to start this game, Anton, no Encho Serrano for Coach Jong Wichico. So medyo pinalance siya off the bench si Encho today.
Meanwhile, the MVP of the UAAP, Juan Gomez Del Llano, knocks down the first triple of the match.
That new UP Maroon, itong si Juan Gomez Del Llano, recently committed to their seniors program. It will be very exciting kung anong kayang gawin ito sa seniors division.
And I'm sure you're very happy about that development kasi minsan yung mga high school players who don't really come from a big-time high school program don't stay with their
really
school in college.
But of course, you see already the improvement of UP's program. It's actually a destination now for high school players, and maybe Juan Gomez Del Llano and his brother, Javi Gomez Del Llano, can make it a destination for high school players.
Nice drop pass underneath, and the basket is good right there for Lars Sunga. Meanwhile, Nelle missing on that triple try. It is South All-Stars basketball. Belangel, there's a block from behind by Gomez Del Llano.
Nice pass doon galing kay SJ Belangel, giving it up to his big man. Kita mo naman, running is the big man. Sanay siya dyan. Of course, he's teammates with Kai Soto, so he's used to big men like this.
Speaking of big, this guy is huge. Kamaka Hepa from Phil-Am Sports USA. We do have to take note that there were 4 international teams that were invited to be a part of this year's NBTC. Meanwhile, Lars Sunga from Arellano University is able to break free for the layup.
And again, a nice pass coming from SJ Belangel. Sabi mo nga before this game, a challenge itong si SJ Belangel. He is the leader of this South All-Star team.
Meanwhile, Nelle jacks up a triple. He was the MVP in last year's All-Star game.
And of course, this Evan Nelle, known for his outside shooting, right away taking 2 jumpers from the outside, although hindi pa siya nakaka-connect dito.
All right, let's get an update right now. Daniel Krishnan has this report at courtside.
Well, you know, Mikey and Anton, going into this game, I was able to talk to some of the players from both teams, pero specifically, I was able to talk to Kai Soto. He's a player from North All-Star, and you know, the son of the former PBA player, Irvin Soto, and I was able to ask him on what does he feel like playing now with the other stars from different teams, and sabi niya, he is very honored, and alam mo, different experience nga daw sa kanya, and gagawin niya nga daw to as a good experience para sa mga upcoming niya panglaro. On the other side of the bench, andyan nga rin ang South All-Stars, and I was able to talk to Kamaka Hepa, and I asked him what are his adjustments going into this game. He told me it's just about timing and consistency, playing proper defense, and of course, proper communication inside the court. Back to you, Mikey and Anton.
So Daniel Krishnan talked to the 2 tallest players from both teams as we see SJ Belangel slice through the D, unable to finish though.
I like the game of SJ Belangel. Very, very aggressive to start this game off. Talagang atake siya ng atake, whether finding opportunities for himself or for his teammates.
Now, Mikey, we do have to take note that the jersey numbers of these players are from 1 to 15. They're not all of them are wearing their jersey numbers from their respective high schools.
So it's gonna take a lot of adjustments, pero sooner or later, as Jonas Tibayan tries another three. Itong si Jonas Tibayan, very, very big, but can stretch the floor. He hit the three-pointer just a few minutes ago.
Meanwhile, here's a drive by Sherwin Concepcion of Mapua, the new NCAA champions, unable to put it down. Nelia, it's a cross-court pass to Juan Gomez del Niño. Missing on that triple. You know, he reminds me of James Harden, actually. Itong si Juan Gomez del Niño.
Well, of course, he's a born scorer. Talagang suscore yan at will itong si Juan. And of course, he's also a lefty, so I'm not really surprised. Pero itong si Kamaka Hepa, the mysterious man, kasi talagang he was really talked about on social media itong week na to. So makikita natin ngayon, no, bang talagang kaya nito si Kamaka Hepa.
Yung katawan niya parang Kristaps Porzingis. Long, lanky. Meanwhile, Gomez del Niño gives it up to one of his UAP rivals, John Lloyd Clemente.
Well, that was fun to watch Gomez del Niño over to Clemente. They will have a lot more battles in the seniors division.
Now, Mikey, we talked about being a part of the NBTC rankings committee. Did you guys have that back in the day?
This All-Star game, we didn't have.
What about the rankings?
Oh, wala din actually.
How do you think that will affect the minds of the players, knowing where they stand in terms of the NBTC?
Well, it'll be for either for both for the top ranked ones and then yung medyo mas mababa. It's challenge yun for all of them actually. If you're ranked high, kailangan mo panindigan yun. Like I was talking to John Lloyd Clemente and I asked him, you're ranked number 2. How does that feel? Sabi niya, hindi siya pwede mag-celebrate kasi kailangan niyang i-prove na talagang he deserves to be number 2 in the high school division. As for naman yung mga medyo mas mababa, of course, hindi naman sila papayag. Ganun din lang sila kababa. So they will also be challenged more. And so yun yung difference. Of course, the mindset is the same. Pero syempre, masarap may isip na ikaw yung number 1, ikaw yung number 2.
Like if I'm Juan Gomez del Niño, I'm not that happy about my number 4 ranking. I mean,
well,
I'm the UAP MVP, right?
Well, I was telling him kanina, I voted for you number 1. So, pinaglaban kitang number 1. Hindi lang ako nakalusot. Pero like for Juan Gomez del Niño, it doesn't mean naman na siya yung pinaka-valuable sa team niya. That's what MVP means. Pero as a whole, siguro nga mas skillful sa kanya. Iniisip ng tao mas skillful sa kanya sina Encho Serrano, sina Belangel. Pero yun yung dala niya sa seniors division to prove to everyone na wait, kung siya mag-Rookie of the Year, ibig sabihin siya yung top senior ng high school division.
Now, if you guys are wondering how these players were ranked and graded, we will explain later when we come back. So keep it right here on SND. You're looking at one of the members of the UAP Mythical 5, Dave Ildefonso, and some of the other bright young stars here in the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. Glad to have you with us, Anton Rojas, alongside Mikey Reyes, and we were talking about one of the new developments in this year's NBTC tournament. We have the NBTC rankings, wherein we had an NBTC rankings committee and we ranked the top 26 high school players that participated in the tryout of the NBTC, and part of that committee, of course, was Coach Ato Badolato, Coach Vicky Chano, Coach Libert de los Santos, some writers like Carlo Lavenia and Normie Riego of ABS-CBN Sports. Coach Britt Ronga was part of it, Owen Oliva, Anton Altamirano, of course, and you and me were also a part of that NBTC rankings committee, and we were grading all the players in terms of ball handling, shooting, rebounding, passing, and such, and we came up with this top 26 rankings for this year's NBTC.
And like we said kanina, Anton, talagang mahirap yung assignment natin during that day. And i-rank sila, of course, they're all deserving and they're all very good players. But we had to decide on who the top player is, who the top 2 players are. So I'm sure they're happy. I mean, we're happy with our selection. Pero these players will have to prove themselves time and time again. Kahit number 1 ka like Enzo Serrano, you'll have to prove yourself every day.
Our tally is 16 for the North All-Stars, 12 for the South All-Stars. What a block right there as Abu Hijle turned for that jump hook. Credit the block to Bruce Edwards from Philam Sports USA. Parang nagulat si Sante. Parang tumingin siya kay Bruce at parang sinabi, sino to?
Ito nga si Bruce Edwards. I was talking to him earlier before this game, and he has plans. He's actually a graduating student from California. He has plans of transferring here in the Philippines. And I was asking him, sino bang players na ang nagpaparamdam dito kay Bruce Edwards, and the first school he named was Adamson. The Adamson Falcons is actually talking to Bruce Edwards. So kasi friends niya sina Rob Manalang, sina Amdisi. So at home siya doon, sabi niya. So we will see if he decides to play for the Adamson Falcons.
So if there are any Adamson fans watching right now, you might get a preview of one of the new Falcons kung itutuloy niya ang kanyang pagpasok sa Adamson. We're talking about Bruce Edwards, number 14 from the North team, who are wearing the white jerseys right now. Abu Hijle gives it up to Hunsay, Romwell Hunsay from the Mapua Baby, or rather Red Robins, missing on that jumper. Meanwhile, on the drive is Harvey Pagsanghan from Hope Christian High School.
Harvey Pagsanghan, also a part of the All-Star selection last year. So, bata pa lang siya. Talagang top high school player na to. So, we will see how he will fare as he grows older and grows bigger ito sa Pagsanghan.
Meanwhile, Bruce Edwards. There's that preview we were talking about. A possible Adamson soaring Falcon in the future. Oh, some mad skills being shown here by Evan Santiago from Crossover Canada.
Crossover! Showing us his crossover.
Yun po talaga yung pangalan ng team niya sa Canada, Crossover Canada. Meanwhile, we have David Defonso.
Of course, David Defonso, part of a basketball family. His last name, parang alam mo na kung sino ang daddy niya. Of course, his dad, Daniel Defonso, and his older brother, Sean Ildefonso, plays for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Talaga namang madaming advice tsaka tulong ang nakukuha itong si Sean galing sa kanyang family.
Ano naman, Mikey, ang pagkakaiba sa laro ni Dave at ni Sean?
Well, of course, Dave is more known as a big man. Ito namang si Sean, as we saw, mas athletic to, tsaka mas he can run the floor. So that's a big difference. We will see kung saan siya maglalaro, but he has 1 more year for Coach Joe Silva and the Blue Eaglets along with SJ Belangel. Of course, Kai Soto is there. We haven't seen Kai Soto actually. So talagang malakas pa itong Ateneo Blue Eaglets in the coming years.
We are waiting for the entry of the 14-year-old Kai Soto, the tallest player in this batch.
Tallest player in the Philippines at that age.
He's listed at 6'10", but Gainiel talked to him earlier at sinabi ni Gainiel, 6'11" na daw siya.
Tumangkad na.
Tumangkad.
I was actually talking to him also kanina. 6'9" daw siya last year. 6'11" na ngayon. And he's only 14, so his growth window is not done yet. So
That's incredible.
I don't even know how tall he will end up being, pero I'm sure he will be a very, very big asset to any team who will decide to get him.
And he was named as the Rookie of the Year in the UAP this season. Meanwhile, here's a drive and some flavor to that layup from the NCAA MVP from LaSalle Green Hills, Troy Malilin.
If his teammate is a possible Falcon, itong si Bruce Edwards, itong si Troy Malilin is the next, one of the next big men para kay Coach Al Dinayo in TAF. Itong si Troy Malilin showing us that he can push the ball and finish on the break.
Ryan Amsali steps back, shoots. It is short. Rebound North All-Stars, and they have established a 27-12 lead as we approach the end of the first quarter. Triple on the way, does not go for Harvey Pagsanghan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end of the first period is
That will do it for the first quarter. Saw the first basket courtesy of the UAAP MVP Juan Gomez de Liaño. The top point guard in high school, SJ Pelangel, finding his teammate on the break. What about Evan Nelye? Setting up Jonas Tibayan. Here's Nelye again, finding Juan Gomez de Liaño on the break. Who has impressed you so far, Mikey, in the first quarter?
Well, of course, we saw that move coming from Troy Malilin, pero we haven't seen Encho yet, pero Gomez de Liaño already with 5 points. So, of course, I'm not biased, pero 5 points na ng ating UAAP MVP.
The North All-Stars lead the South All-Stars 27-12. We will be back for quarter number 2 here in the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. You're watching the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. We are greeting you from the Mall of Asia Arena here in Pasay City. Anton Rojas alongside NBTC alumnus Mikey Reyes, and at courtside we also have Gainel Krishnan.
And as we see, the dad of who we were talking about, Kai Soto, is already in the game. Of course, Irvin Soto, former PBA player. Ito na si Kai Soto. Look at how tall this 14-year-old is.
Well, I've seen him in the NBTC practice, and he has an unorthodox release, but
He has a touch.
he has the feathery touch.
And that's one thing about itong si Kai Soto. He's not really a banger down low, even though he is 6'11", so he can really stretch the floor.
Santiago handing it off to Galinato, and John Galinato from Chiang Kai-shek College is able to knock it down.
John Galinato, I've heard a lot of good things about John Galinato of Chiang Kai-shek, coming from that committee, yung nag-rank sa kanilang lahat. Talagang bilib sila dito kay Galinato, and he has really a good touch daw, and as we saw dun sa three-pointer na yan.
Evan Santiago from Crossover Canada. So we had 4 international teams in Division 1. Philam Sports USA, Ospinoy Australia, Camp David New Zealand, and Durham Crossover Canada. As we see another 3-pointer from John Galinato.
Okay, so the coaches and the writers know what they were talking about. Galinato with back-to-back threes.
Meanwhile, trying to respond with a triple was Emmanuel Magdenberg from Camp David, New Zealand. Let's go back to Gainel Krishnan.
Well, you know, Anton and Mikey, while the teams were inside the dugout a while ago, I was able to talk to team head coach of the South All-Star, Coach Josh Reyes, and he gave a very inspirational message to the boys. And sabi niyo nga, you are All-Stars, you don't have to prove anything, but you have to show everybody that you understand basketball and you're willing to do the little things. And lastly, he reminded the boys to just have fun and showcase what they got. Pero nga ngayon nga, Mikey and Anton, nakikita nyo nga medyo trailing nga ang South, and sabi niya nga, he just reminded the boys to focus na lang muna nga daw sa game. Back to you, Mikey and Anton.
Meanwhile, Encho Serrano, back-to-back baskets. Kakapasok lang nitong si Encho Serrano. It does not take a long time for this kid to heat up.
So we have the beast in Calvin Abueva, we have the baby beast in
CJ Perez.
CJ Perez, we have the Fetus Beast in the one from San Sebastian. Who is Encho Serrano? With that move, talaga kitang-kita mo yung puso tsaka yung tapang nitong si Encho Serrano, taking it all the way for that end one. Ala Calvin Abueva nga itong laro ni Encho Serrano.
As you said, he also hails from Pampanga, just like the Beast. And Serrano,
He can play
Oh!
D2.
but Amsali falling down after getting bumped by Serrano and somehow able to get that shot to go.
Of course, Ryan Amsali from National University, magkakilala yan. And of course, Encho Serrano. So they've competed against each other in the UAAP. So they know each other's game. Pero Amsali had his number in that possession.
I had two takeaways from that possession though. One, Amsali was able to make a difficult shot. Two, si Amsali yung bumagsak.
Ganun kalakas. Itong si Encho Serrano.
Ang tigas eh. Galinato, meanwhile, tries another three. And look at the box out by Serrano. And the pass to Gilmer De La Torre. This guy can do it all.
And of course, Encho Serrano gave it up to Gilmer De La Torre, a known point guard from the Arellano University. Of course, nag-commit na rin yan sa Arellano kay Coach Jerry Codinera. So we will see kung anong kaya niya gawin. Of course, with the exit of Giovanni Halalon. And nandun pa naman si Kent Salado. We will see kung paano mag-fare itong si Gilmer De La Torre for Arellano's future.
So Mikey, we have three Arellano players here in this All-Star game. Encho Serrano. We also have Lars Sunga and Aaron Fermin. Sino dito yung next bus driver?
Well, of course, De La Torre is the smallest one of all three of them. So I'm expecting Gilmer De La Torre na not really to drive the bus agad para sa Arellano. Of course, nandun pa si conductor na lumipat na, laging bus driver na itong si Kent Salado. Pero itong si Gilmer De La Torre has the skills, the speed, and of course, with the confidence given by Coach Jerry Codinera, as we see Coach Jamaica rin na dating sa NCAA day na lumalaban sa Arellano. Of course, with the confidence of Jerry Codinera, itong si Gilmer De La Torre, slowly but surely will evolve into someone like Giovanni Halalo.
Throughout these past couple of days, we've seen various coaches check out the talent here in the NBTC. And we just saw Coach Jamaica rin, NCAA champion coach, na ngayon ay bahagi na ng National University Bulldogs as the head coach.
Actually, itong pinapanood natin Anton, we can expect that these are the players will be the superstars of our UAP Seniors Division in the future. Kaya it's good na din na magkakilala sila ngayon because they will compete with each other for years to come.
Encho Serrano missing on the first free throw, but getting involved on every possession, not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well. Coach Aldin Ayo.
Of course, the champion coach of the UAAP, coach actually of the NCAA also. So, Coach Aldin Ayo is also watching itong Division 1 All-Star game, trying to find that wala naman silang missing piece. maybe the future of the LaSalle Green Archers will come from this All-Star game.
Well, Coach Aldin Ayo does not forget where he came from. He came from humble beginnings in Sorsogon, and he knows that these kids also came a long way to be able to play here sa Mall of Asia Arena. So he's not taking his success and his position for granted, as we see De La Torre on that replay.
Tama yun, Anton. If anyone can scout potential coming from the provinces, it's Coach Aldin Ayo, of course.
Meanwhile, Cruz missing on that floater. They pass the ball outside. What a block right there by De La Torre, who gives it up to Serrano. Serrano with a hop step. Oh, Encho Serrano.
I am enjoying Mr. Encho Serrano and how he is weaving through traffic.
But I don't remember Abueva using a lot of hop steps though.
Mas skillful itong si Encho Serrano. The second coming of Calvin Abueva. A little bit more skillful, pero he has long ways to go to catch the beast.
Meanwhile, a triple for Aaron Fermin. It does not fall. So let's take a look at this move by Encho Serrano. So there's a little bit of finesse in the game of Encho Serrano.
kita mo naman, Direk Abed, konti lang ang replay na mintes. Pero ganun kaganda yung galaw nitong si Enzo Serrano. So we had to see it twice.
At yung reaction ng crowd really merited that replay also.
Ang galing nito si Enzo Serrano. He's very cool and composed. As he knows, he is the #1 ranked player among all high school players in the Philippines.
And meanwhile, Emmanuel Magdenberg is able to score a basket. Carl Peñano is also in the game now for the South team, who are trailing big time, 43-24. And the crowd going ooh and ah every time Kai Soto gets a block, as we see Kirby Raimundo.
Of course, one of the PBA players who played against Sean's dad, of course, Danny Ildefonso. So I'm sure humihingi din ng advice itong mga players natin kay Kuya Kirby.
UAP MVP Juan Gomez de Liaño, who is also popularly known as Juan GDL.
Juan GDL, of course, Javi GDL, his now teammate with the UP Fighting Maroons.
Meanwhile, Clemente missing on that hang time play, but there was a rebound by Jonas Tibayan.
Talking about Juan GDL, I just have to say this. I remember the Paul family, who
Yes.
is now making waves in the States.
the
I
Chino
remember
Hills
that
Ballers.
with the Gomez de Liaño brothers. They actually have 4 basketball players. A younger one now is part of the UPIS program. As we look at Coach Jamaica Rin and former San Beda Red Cup Fort Araw, talking about Juan GDL. So yung family nila talagang basketball family rin, like the Paul family, minus the outspoken father. Talking about LaVar Paul. Pero yung kumpiyansa nitong si Juan GDL also comes from the family.
Part of the Mythical Five as well, Juan GDL.
I was talking to him earlier. Of course, he's the UAP MVP. I was asking him what parts of his game does he need to improve. Of course, he's practiced with this is his father, of course, Mr. Gomez de Liaño. What parts of his game does he need to improve? Does he feel that he needs to improve? But of course, we will talk about that after this, Anton.
Yes, I also have a comment about his hairstyle, since you mentioned the Paul brothers. All right, we'll be back for the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1.
Jordan.
You're looking at Dave Ildefonso. And of course, the legendary Danny I. Dynamite Danny. Or rather, si Danny Siegel pala.
Dynamite.
Lagi sila magkasama eh. Danny Siegel and Danny Ildefonso.
Demolition Man.
Demolition
Danny
Man.
Ildefonso.
Okay.
Yeah, you will always mistaken Danny with Danny. Pero ito nga si Danny Ildefonso. I was talking to, he was a former assistant coach for the Blue Eaglets. And now he is part of Coach Jamaica Rin's coaching staff at NU. So I was asking Kai Soto earlier, how does he feel na wala na yung kanyang kuya, yung kanyang idol na skills training sa kanya, and he's saying na sobrang malaking kawala daw si Daniel Defonso sa buong Blue Eaglets program, but they wish him the best over at the NU side.
You know what, I also will never forget about Danny I. Yung raise the roof.
Oo, raise the roof, kada dunk, no? Tsaka yung biceps. Yung biceps ni Daniel Defonso. But let's go back to Juan GDL, of course.
The hairstyle. That's what. Because his hair is kind of like LaMelo Ball's hair.
Oo, kaya medyo people think that he's a Philam or he was born in the States. or he has American blood. Pero wala actually itong si Juan Gomez Diliano, and his whole family is actually has the same hairstyle. Kaya talaga nagdadagdag si swag factor nitong si Juan Gomez Diliano.
Meanwhile, we have SJ Benangel missing on the drive. We have an offensive rebound here from Sherwin Concepcion from Mapua. The Malayan Red Robins had a historic year, Mikey, dethroning the winningest team in the juniors division, yung San Beda Red Cups.
And I was unbelievably happy when I heard the news na sila nga ang nag-champion, because during my time, the first year that the Malayan Red Robins entered was back in 2008, and I was still there. I was playing for LaSalle Green Hills. They were being beat by 100 points, and that's not even an exaggeration. We used to beat them by 100 points, and it was the same coaching staff, the same system, and now they actually won the title finally after 8 years. So talagang naramdaman ko yung saya ng Malayan Red Robins, and of course Coach Alcantara na talagang started from the bottom, now we're here, talagang peg nila.
And Coach Randy Alcantara is part of the North All-Stars as the assistant coach of Coach Jong Chico. Congratulations to Coach Randy and the entire Malayan High School of Science High School, the Red Robins, for winning the NCAA Juniors Basketball Championship. Sa kabilang panig naman, Coach Josh Reyes is joined by FEU Baby Tamaraos champion coach, Coach Alan Albano. So we have the top coaches here in the house para sa 2017 NBTC All-Star Games.
PBA caliber coaches. Coaches who are currently in the PBA right now. Of course, Coach Jong Chico. Just last year was in the PBA. Actually now, medyo nagpapahinga muna si Coach Jong. Pero alam naman natin the accomplishments of Coach Jong Chico.
Coaching since 1993, 9-time champion in the professional ranks and a 2-time Coach of the Year in the pros, former national team head coach as well. Pero sa kabilang panig naman, Coach Josh Reyes, also one of the bright young coaches here in the country, part of the national team and Far Eastern University as well.
Up and coming, itong si Coach Josh Reyes. And I'm sure puro basketball ang pinag-uusapan niyan sa bahay with his dad, Coach Chot Reyes. Actually, he just came in from Tagaytay, from the Gilas training camp. Na talagang he really went back and drove that far para lang umabot dito.
That's the dedication the coaches have here for the National Basketball Training Center. And props to Coach Eric Altamirano and the entire organization for really doing this and uplifting basketball, especially in this level, the high school level.
Grabe, like a lot of players made the name for themselves because of Coach Eric Altamirano, Coach Alex Compton. If I may add, during that NBTC run in 2008, that's where we discovered Baseramer. We were with, as we look at Coach Jong Chico, of course, we were with Baseramer. We didn't even know who Baser was. And then he won MVP in his age bracket over the likes of Kiefer Ravena, who are the more known players. So may mga talaga na-discover itong grupo ni Coach Eric Altamirano na talagang tumutuloy-tuloy hanggang PBA.
Jeron Teng is another discovery here in the NBTC, and Jeron had an inspiring message for the players from teams in the provinces. Sinabi niya, sana balang araw makalaban ko kayo.
Oo, I'm sure in the pro ranks mag-aabot yan. Kung may, malamang may magpo-pro dito in the future. Hopefully a lot of them. Pero someone like Jeron Teng who really developed his game under the NBTC program. The first time he came in, I was upstairs back in 2008. Pangit ng tira talaga ni Jeron. Ang pangit talaga ng tira niya, pero the potential was there, the speed, the power, and the confidence.
As one GDL, a nice pass underneath.
Yun ang maganda dito kay 1GDL. He is big, he is hefty, he is quick, pero he can play point guard.
itong si Wonji. I actually asked him what position will he play for Coach Bo Perasol, and he was told na 1-2 talaga ang lalaroin nito ni Juan Gomez Diliano.
And he will really provide a big boost to the Fighting Maroons now that Dave Moralde and Jet Manuel have graduated. So that does it for the first 2 quarters of play, and a huge advantage for the North All-Stars over the South All-Stars as they have a 53-36 lead.
So what we were saying before this game, that the top 7 of the top 10 players are in the North All-Stars team. Talagang nagpapakitang gilas dito ngayon, Anton.
All right, let's go to Gaynor Krishnan, who is with the North All-Stars head coach, Coach Jong Ichigo.
Yes, that is right, Mikey and Anton. Well, Coach, you're leading the game right now. So how do you plan on actually sustaining the consistency of the team?
I don't know. They're just good players. I mean, I didn't know that they were just so talented. The blue team and the white team. I don't watch high school basketball, but the players just surprised me with their talent, and they're just playing. So it's not me. It's them playing, and they're the ones who built this lead.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. Well, good luck po sa susunod pa po mga quarters. Back to you, Anton and Mikey.
But what a privilege it is for these young men to play under a guy like Coach Jong Ichigo.
Well, of course, siya humawak, like what you said, Dynamite Danny, Demolition Man Danny Ildefonso. So a lot of Coach Olsen Racela, a lot of these big-time players played under Coach Jong Ichigo. And like what you said, it's an honor to play for someone like Coach Jong.
And look at this. He's not even going back to the dugout. Sabi nga niya, it's just the players who are just
sila na daw bahala.
playing on pure talent. So they're not even going to talk in the dugout. He's just going to let them warm up here at the half. All right, we'll take a break. This is the 2017 SM NBTC Division 1 All-Star Game right here on SNA.
NBTC League 2017 and we're in Cagayan de Oro where the future of Philippine basketball battle it out in the regional championship. In the first game, we have La Salle Academy going up against Philippine College Foundation. It was a tightly contested game all throughout, but in the end, La Salle was able to squeak out a win, 70-68. It was Joshua Raiding Lasa who spearheaded La Salle's attack, notching game-high 23 points. We move over to our second game, and it's Assumption Montessori School going up against FSU University. It was clear from the start that Assumption had the upper hand as they dominated the game, AMS winning it 80-56. Milo Janao's impressive plays propelled his team to victory while scoring 18 points in the process. In the final moment of truth, the championship game between AMS versus La Salle Academy, Assumption Montessori School looked to their bigs to carry much of the offensive load. AMS dominated the paint while out-rebounding their opponent in the process. La Salle's defense couldn't stop Assumption's inside play, returning into easy basket and easy turnover points. By the end of the fourth quarter, La Salle couldn't match up to AMS' stellar play, which resulted into a 78-53 win for Assumption. Milo Janao once again dominated the game, racking up 23 points, leading his team to victory. AMS moves on to the Nationals at the Mall of Asia Arena to face the top high school teams in the country.
We are greeting you once again from the bright lights here inside the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City for a glimpse of the future. Philippine basketball. This is the 2017 National Basketball Training Center or NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. The North All-Stars lead the South All-Stars 53-36 at the half. And as we mentioned during our pregame, Mikey, yung mga top players, 7 out of the top 10 kasama sa North All-Stars. Kaya naman sila ang nangunguna dito sa laban na to.
And talagang they took command from the get-go, itong North All-Stars. At para naman sa South, they haven't been shooting well, only 28% from the field. And that will not help their cause, especially against a stronger lineup. So-called stronger lineup, itong North All-Stars. Inside points, North also taking good care of the paint, 32-18. Fast break points, yun yung lamang ng South San. Of course, the run-and-gun offense of Coach Josh Reyes. Medyo hindi pa nakaka-adjust itong South. Only 4 fast break points to 15 for the North All-Stars. Bench points, well, galing dyan, of course, Encho Serrano came off the bench and a lot more superstars. 35 bench points for North, only 24 for South. And yung turnovers also not helping itong South All-Stars with 10.
All right, let's take a look at the leading scorers right now for the North All-Stars. We have JLC, John Lloyd Clemente leading the way with 8 points. Bruce Edwards from Fulham Sports USA also has 8 points. Sa kabilang panig naman, leading all scorers is Mapua's Sherwin Concepcion.
And of course, Galinato with back-to-back 3-pointers in the second quarter with 6 from Chiang Kai-shek. The best point guard in high school basketball, SJ Belangel with 4. And of course, one JGDL with 6 points.
All right, we heard from Coach Jong Chico earlier. Ngayon naman, let's go back to Gaynor Krishnan, who is with Coach Josh Reyes.
That is right, Mikey and Anton. I'm with Coach Josh Reyes right now. So, Coach, my question is, you're trailing on this game. How do you plan to catch up?
Well, we just have to play good basketball, good smart basketball. We're just getting carried away by the athleticism of the other team. So the other team has been scoring a lot with their athleticism, their one-on-one plays, and we're trying to get it back with our own one-on-one plays. I don't think we have the same players as they do, talent-wise, but we have other strengths. So we just have to stick with better ball movement so that we can neutralize the running game.
All right, so good luck po sa game natin. Back to you, Mikey and Anton.
Well, aminado si Coach Josh Reyes na pagdating sa materyales and talent, mas lamang talaga ang North team. And just a reminder to everybody watching, these teams were grouped based on their hometown. So yung North, we're talking about players from Manila, Bataan, Pampanga, Pangasinan. South team naman, we have players from Cebu, Davao, Tarlac also, Zamboanga. So that's how they were grouped.
So talagang nagkataon lang, Anton, na mas malakas yung nasa North.
All right, when we come back, we shall have the third quarter of this year's 2017 SMNBTC All-Star Game. So keep it right here on SNA. You're looking at the Mall of Asia Arena here in Pasay City as we are all set for the second half of the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. Glad to have you with us on SNA and Don Ross together with Mikey Reyes, and we also have Gaynor Krishnan at courtside.
Well, of course, we saw our leading scorers, pero we will check our key stats dito from our players. Evanel, who hasn't scored, has 3 rebounds and 3 assists, so he is helping in other ways. Sa kabila naman, etong si Kamaka Hepa, 4 points but has 5 rebounds, 2 offensive.
Now the South All-Stars have to catch fire here at the start of the third if they want to make things interesting. Romuel Hunsay from Mapua scoring the first basket for the South All-Stars.
And I like how Coach Josh Reyes brought his team to the dugout and told them that we cannot beat this team in talent alone. They will have to play together. As Hunsay scores underneath.
Well, this is a good start for the South All-Stars, but as I say that, an acrobatic layup by Unique Namboa Just like you, he is from LaSalle Green Hills.
And of course, the program of the Greenies also medyo gumaganda na as Kamaka Hepa hits from the outside.
Wow, 6'8". Talagang Kristaps Porzingis ang laro nitong si Kamaka Hepa. He's got the Kristaps body and he's got the Kristaps touch from the outside. Speaking of outside touch, Troy Malilin showing us why he was MVP.
I'm sure Coach Alden Ayo was happy with that jump shot from Troy Malilin.
Papakitang gilas dito ang ating Greenies. Just wait till Malilin gets in that weight room.
Lalo na, he actually looks big now.
I know.
What more, once he goes to Taft and lives in Taft, talaga magpapalaki itong si Troy Malilin.
And I heard there are times that Coach Alden himself works out with the Green Archers.
I'm not surprised. Every time I see Coach Alden Ayo, parang lumalaki siya every time I see him. Talagang swaggy coach itong si Alden Ayo.
If you're a player, Mikey, and your coach is, in great shape, does that pressure you to get in the gym and do extra work?
Actually, one thing is if the coach is taller than you. Another thing is if the coach is bigger than you and hindi malaking mataba eh. Malaking, talagang muscular itong si Coach Alden Ayo. And I heard na talagang when Jeron Teng, former King Archer, and Coach Alden Ayo were both in the weight room, talagang nagiging competitive daw ang workout ng Green Archers. Talagang nakakatulong yun when it comes to the weight room, itong si Coach Alden Ayo.
If I was in the weight room at the same time as Jeron and Coach Alden, I'll just probably be on the side pretending to work out but watching them secretly.
Baka nasa treadmill lang ako nun
just to see how they challenge each other.
Tapos gagayahin mo na lang yung workouts nila pag alis nila. So I'm sure Coach Troy Malilin is in good hands for the next 5 years in Taft.
Meanwhile, we have an acrobatic drive here from Harvey Pagsanhan.
So you really see the athleticism of the high school game these past few years. Nung time natin, Anton, hindi ganito ka-athletic yung mga players natin. Pero now you see them, high school players pa lang, napaka-athletic na nila. As Troy Malilin goes for another athletic layup.
What position will Troy play in college, Mikey?
Well, he was a 4 back in high school with Coach Marvin Bienvenida for the Greenies. Pero with his height, I believe Coach Alden Ayo will need to shift him over to the 3 spot.
And he seems comfortable with the way he moves.
He's like a Jeron Teng to me. I mean, I'm sure Coach Alden will ask help from Jeron to come back to Taft one day and help Troy Malilin adjust to the college game. Pero I can see a lot of Jeron Teng and Troy Malilin as early as now.
I'm sure he will appreciate that comparison if he hears that. But at this point, let's go back to Geniel Krishnan, who is with Coach Eric Altamirano.
Well, that is right, Mikey and Anton. I'm with Coach Eric Altamirano, the National Program Director for NBTC. So, with Coach, my question is, how do you think this tournament will help the young athletes?
Well, first of all, it's on national TV. So malaking bagay yan. These players will be exposed. And ang gusto naman natin sa kanila to be able to be recruited by college teams and makapag-aral sila sa college.
Yes, all right. Thank you so much, Coach. Back to you, Mikey and Anton.
That was Coach E, Coach Eric Altamirano, the Program Director for the NBTC. Congratulations to Coach Eric, and I'm sure so many coaches and players are very thankful for what he has done, especially on this level. And we also like to acknowledge Coach Alex Compton, who is the NBTC Training Director, Coach Ato Badulato, of course, Coach E's sons, Anton and Luigi, who are helping out with the program as well. And we're very thankful for the experience that they are giving to these young athletes.
Grabe, the evolution and the improvement year in, year out of the NBTC. Nung time namin, sila na rin yun, Coach E, Coach Alex Compton. Sila na rin yun. And of course, behind the scenes, Tita Marisa Altamirano na talagang the work that they put into this program, ibang klase na, like what you said, Anton Altamirano na rin, kasama na rin dyan. Dati, kasama ko pa si Anton, player pa siya noon. Ngayon, part of the program na siya, and they really work hard to give these high school superstars a chance to showcase their talent and talagang to expose themselves to college scouts, of course.
And Anton was really hands-on, especially with the NBTC Rankings Committee, making sure everything is in order.
Lahat ng nag-aayos ng NBTC may eye bags eh. Talagang the whole week, wala silang tulog. Dito na talaga sila sa MOA natulog, actually. And that's literally, some of them really slept here in MOA. Kasi nga, late sila natatapos at maaga nag-start itong NBTC.
This tournament here in the Mall of Asia Arena started Monday, March 13. And this is the culminating event. One of the culminating events kasi syempre meron pang finals for Division 1 and Division 2. There we see Anton Altamirano, former CSB Blazer Boy.
Oh, Blazer Boy. Yun pa rin ang kanyang Twitter name. So proud, ano to? Proud Blazer na talaga namang dinala na niya yung experience niya into coaching like his father. Bagay na bagay talaga kay Antonio.
Don't look now, Mikey. 8 na lang ang kalaban ng North All-Star.
Hindi ko napansin yun. 8 na lang pala. So talagang gumana yung halftime speech nitong si Coach Josh Reyes, and now they are really playing as a team itong South All-Stars.
So let's see if talent alone can maintain this lead.
We're talking about the yun talaga yung game plan ni Coach Jong Wichico. Napansin nga natin, hindi niya pinasok ng dugout. Hindi nga lang niya kinausap itong players niya.
Kung may trust the process, merong trust the talent.
Kumbaga, ano na, bangko na tayo ng talent. Doon na tayo.
And here's one talented kid right here, Enzo Serrano.
You mix talent with skill, with heart, with grit, and with hard work. Itong si Enzo Serrano, I was talking to him before this game, and I asked him, how does it feel na ikaw ang #1 rated high school player? Of course, sabi ko sa States, sina Lebron yun, sina John Wall. How does it feel na ikaw ang #1 dito? Sabi niya, mainit lang daw talaga siya maglaro ulit sa UAAP, and talagang the issues that happened to him nung UAAP season, talaga namang he takes it as a challenge, and when he plays again for Adamson next year, talaga namang meron siyang chip on his shoulder to prove to everyone what he can really do. And talagang marami pa daw siyang kailangan i-improve, at hindi siya tumigil mag-practice with the Falcons even though he had to sit out yung second round.
He stands 5'10", and his UAP stats were 18.7 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 1.5 assists per game. Yan ang mga numero ni Enzo.
And he just blocked itong si Amsali, who is a lot bigger than him. The athleticism itong si Enzo Serrano, kita-kita.
You can see why there are comparisons between him and Calvin Abueva. John Lloyd Clemente, let's talk about John Lloyd Clemente, Mikey. The consensus #2 best player in high school. There was no doubt among the members, us members in the NBTC Rankings Committee, na tama yung nakuha nating ranking for JLC.
Actually, a couple of people in our committee actually voted for him as #1. So talagang naglalaban itong si Serrano, and si Clemente, as we look again at Mr. Biceps, Coach Biceps, Coach Alden Ayo, but as we were talking about itong si John Lloyd Clemente, very soft-spoken when I was talking to him before this game. Talagang ano lang siya, chill lang siya. Like, how does it feel na nalalaro ko ngayon sa All-Star game? Anong mindset na dadali mo? Parang normal na game lang. Parang ganun lang siya magsalita. So very Kawhi Leonard-esque ang dating nitong si John Lloyd Clemente. And itong si John Lloyd, by the way, Anton, hindi lalaro ng Juniors Division next year kasi overage siya, pero hindi pa siya pwede mag-Seniors Division. So meron siyang 1 year na mababakante siya. So I was asking him, as Evan L connects from the outside finally, I was asking Clemente, ano gagawin mo para hindi ka mawala sa kondisyon, of course, and stay in game shape? Once he announces kung saan siya pupuntang college, magpa-practice na daw siya sa Seniors Division.
So I'm sure everybody is waiting in anticipation kung ano ang pipiliin ngayon itong si JLC.
Couple of weeks daw, announce na niya, sabi sa akin ni John Lloyd.
And he's the type of player, Mikey, who can make an impact right away for any team na sasalihan itong si JLC. Now, there are many comparisons. Me personally, he reminds me of Jimbo Aquino, who used to play for San Sebastian.
That's a nice comparison. I never thought of that. Pero looking at him nga, oo nga, soft-spoken, poker face, he can shoot, he can slash, he can create for his teammates. And he's not that quick, he's not that athletic, pero he makes up for that with height. Tama nga yun, Jimbo Aquino.
Let's take a look at this shot by Evan Nelye. This is the response by SJ Belangel, finding Ryan Absali. SJ Belangel, some compare him to Alex Cabagnot. What about you? What is your personal comparison for SJ Belangel?
Well, Alex Cabagnot is not far-fetched for Belangel because he is he's big already for his size, for his age. And for a point guard, he's taller, he's stronger. As we look at Coach Jerry Codinero, one of the most successful coaches in the college game today, of course, for the Arellano team. Pero ito nga, like what you were asking me, who does he remind me of? Medyo naalala ko sa kanya coming from the Eaglets program, Matt Nieto. Matangkad, malaki katawan for a point guard. So medyo yun, medyo mas skillful lang siya, of course, compared to Matt Nieto. Pero coming from the program of Coach Joe Silva, yun ang naaalala ko dito kay Belangel.
Meanwhile, Serrano, a wild shot, absorbing the contact from
Calvin Abueva nga.
the big man Carl Peñano. SJ Belangel, meanwhile, a stop-and-pop shot to get the basket for the South All-Stars. Serrano, babawi, in and out on that triple.
And that was the one thing that Serrano was telling me he needs to improve on, is to be more consistent from the outside. And if he develops that, and when he develops that, he will be a lot more deadly.
Belangel, drop pass. Peñano, up and under move, and there was a foul called here. That's on Aaron Fermin of Arellano University. Look at this move by SJ Belangel.
And si Belangel din ang pumasa dito kay Peñano for that under goal stab. Talagang Belangel showing us the full arsenal, creating for his teammates and for himself. Itong best point guard ng high school game, SJ Belangel.
And we have a ball game, folks, as the huge lead of the North has been chopped down to just 5. The biggest lead was 21.
Wow!
Imagine that.
Talaga nakikita natin yung galing dito ni Coach Josh Reyes.
Nelye throws the ball away. And that will do it for the third quarter. A huge third quarter blast by the South All-Stars as they outscored the North All-Stars 31-19.
So that's a 12-point swing alone in the third quarter alone for Coach Josh Reyes' team. So we will see how Coach Jong Ichico and the North All-Stars can adjust coming into the fourth quarter.
Saw a lot of highlight plays, and we're going to see a lot more, just like this one from the NCAA Juniors MVP Troy Malilin. And what about Encho Serrano weaving his way through traffic? This is the future of Philippine basketball, and we are seeing it first here in the 2017 NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. You're watching the 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1 right here on SN Day. Glad to have you with us. I'm Don Rojas alongside Mikey Reyes. And we also have Daniel Krishnan to complete our broadcast team. Now, before the players return to the court, and I'm talking about the North All-Stars, I saw Coach John Chico, I saw Coach Randy Alcantara. They were in a huddle, and unlike at the half where he just let the players warm up, this time they were coaching.
Well, of course, like what we said, at 12 points swing in the third quarter. So now it's game time for the North All-Stars. We will see how they will adjust. Pero itong South All-Stars natin, syempre may kumpiyansa na to. They believe they can win this game.
But Kai Soto didn't even have the jump to stop that shot. And one GDL with an easy basket.
This is when the game becomes more competitive. Of course, All-Star games are usually for fun and for, of course, to show the fans what you can do. Pero ngayon, fourth quarter, dito na. Kakainitan na, and they will be more competitive and no one wants to go home with a loss.
This is like a dream team of high school players right now. With the North All-Stars, you have one GDL, you've got Evan Nelle, Encho Serrano, you got the future Kai Soto. And then, of course, you have Jonas Tibayan to add a little something different. Tibayan, of course, from Chiang Kai-shek College. Here's Hunsai, who started the rally in the third quarter, being given much-deserved playing time by Coach Josh Reyes. Kaya lang naubusan ng oras itong South team. Alright, let's go back to Daniel Krishnan.
Well, Mikey, nasabi mo nga, itong part na game na to, itong fourth quarter, ito na nga yung pinaka-intense nga na part ng game. And actually, Coach Jong Chico reminded the boys to focus more as they're leading the game since a while ago. Tapos ngayon itong courts at kailangan talaga ipakita na nila ang kanilang best. And on the other side of the bench, nandun nga si Coach Josh Reyes. Sabi niya nga, ipakita niyo pa kung anong kaya niyo. Paulit-ulit yung sinabi, showcase what you got and win this game. Play to win and care about winning. Back to you, Anton and Mikey.
You know, I'm wondering after seeing Coach Jong Chico on the screens, on the TV screens right here, as a player, will you be intimidated knowing that you're going to be mentored by a guy like Coach Jong?
You know, one thing is, he's a PBA caliber coach, like what we were saying since the start of this broadcast. He has a say. Other coaches will trust him. So, if you're a college scout and then you watch this, you will ask Coach Jong, sino bang okay? Okay ba si ganyan? Okay ba si ganyan? So, to impress Coach Jong Chico, it's very, very vital also for these players. So, it'll be a little bit more, there's a little bit more pressure that they're coached by someone like Coach Jong or Coach Josh compared to being coached by their high school coaches na everyday kasama nila. Ito, one day, you have one day to impress this coach, this champion coach. And so, added pressure, but at the same time, it's an opportunity for these players to show their stuff.
Meanwhile, Kamaka Hepa with a rejection. Here comes SJ Belangel putting on the afterburners.
Over his teammate, Kai Soto. At hindi man lang nagkatinginan itong si SJ Belangel and Kai Soto. Medyo pinagbigyan nata ni Kai kasi senior niya yan eh.
It's the first post-up of the game for Kai Soto. Kai Soto showing us that he has the jump hook in his arsenal. Wanted a foul on that play though. Meanwhile, Sherwin Concepcion of Papua scores underneath.
The South All-Stars really hanging around.
Serrano back to Nelye. Corner triple does not go. And things are getting a lot more serious here. SJ Belangel, get out of my way.
And again, an assist is always Belangel creating for the South All-Stars. Parang siya nagiging Jason Castro ni Coach Josh Reyes dito.
And the South All-Stars are trying to establish the 6'8" Kamaka Hepa. So the guys from Philap Sports USA are both in And they're defending each other, the teammates. Kamaka Hepa and Bruce Edwards. That just tells us, Mikey, na this is a serious ball game now.
Oo, they saw na medyo lamang sa lakas itong si Kamaka Hepa over kay Soto. Pinasok agad ni Coach Jongy Chico itong si Bruce Edwards.
Oh, did you see that hook by Hepa?
May gulang na. May gulang na tong batang to.
May gulang din pala. Generally, di ba, mas may gulang yung mga Pinoy ballers kesa sa USA ballers.
Natuto na. Ito si Kamaka Hepa. Only a week in the Philippines. Natuto na. Chicken wing move. Itong si Kamaka Hepa.
One GDL kicks it out. Triple does not fall for Bruce Edwards. Here's Malilin. He gets blocked by Hepa.
Ay, kismahit for Kamaka Hepa.
Belangel with the pass. And the finish. Miguel Alcorn.
You gotta enjoy the way SJ Belangel is carrying this team on his back. Talagang he committed to this team at talagang inangkin niya yung leadership role nitong team ng South.
Let's take a look at this drive by Hunsai, showing us that part of a champion as part of the Malayan Red Robins.
Very simple go-ahead pass doon galing kay Belangel. Pero saktong-sakto, on the money for that layup.
So now that dikit ang ating labanan, Mikey, we're going to see the top guys on the floor. Guys like Juan Gomez de Liaño go at it here. SJ Belangel. And we expect to see Encho Serrano return later on.
Si SJ Belangel, pinahinga muna ni Coach Josh Reyes. Of course, we have 6 minutes to go. Ayaw niyang maubos agad itong top point guard niya. So I expect maybe in 2 minutes, ipapasok na ulit itong si SJ Belangel.
That's a foul on Hunsai. A careless mistake for the South All-Stars as Malilin was able to steal the ball. Big Ben and Bala! And he's talking to Coach Eric Altamirano.
Our MVP, UAAP Seniors MVP.
Now, to those who are watching via live streaming, Mikey, kindly invite everybody to our side events before the finals of Division 1 and Division 2.
Well, of course, our side events after this game will be live sa live stream. Of course, our dunk contest featuring
Ben and Bala?
Ben and Bala will be a judge. Will be a judge. That'll be exciting though.
Akala ko.
Pero baka pwedeng mag-on na tayo. Sigaw natin mamaya na isang dunk lang from Big Ben. But of course, Troy Malilin will be there. A couple of, we have a professional dunker in David Carlos who will also compete. We were a couple of international players, one from New Zealand and another from USA. And para naman sa ating 3-point contest, ang dami-dami natin shooters sa ating high school game. So I'm sure it will be very exciting. So may mga nanonood nga sa live stream, we'll make sure to catch, of course, the side events. Of course, a little fun before our finals sa Division 2 and Division 1.
And you will be hosting the dunk contest along with Martin Javier. Am I correct, Mikey?
Oh yeah, I will host, of course, with Martin Javier. And you will be there still to watch. Of course, you will cover our Division 1 and Division 2 finals, so that will be very exciting.
Yep, stay tuned for that. We will be checking out the finals for Division 2 and Division 1. And that was really a huge part of this whole week here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Nabigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga provincial teams na mag-participate here. Imagine coming from different parts of the archipelago for those kids coming here to the Mall of Asia Arena to play in a world-class stadium like this, Mikey. Incredible.
Nakakagulat nga naman. Of course, we were talking to Coach Olsen Rosella the other day and he told me he has never played in MOA Arena. As in a real game. So, just imagine that Coach Olsen Rosella yun, a legend in the Philippines. And these players, as young as they are, actually have the chance already to play in the MOA Arena. So that is what Coach Eric and company is giving to these players. Talaga namang sinusulit ng mga players natin.
The game is tied 78 all.
Wow, 78 all, Anton.
Again, the North All-Stars were up by as many as 21. Peñano
unable to give the lead to the South.
I like how Mr. Romuel Hunsay of Mapua is playing. Talagang he's playing maybe behind the shadows a little bit of SJ Belangel dito. Pero Hunsay has really contributed in a lot of ways, points and assists.
And the big guns of the North are having trouble scoring. We saw Malilin miss, we saw JLC miss, Serrano missing. That just goes to show na yung depensa ng South matibay din. And they are really making these talented members of the North All-Stars work.
And eto na. Our top 4 players in high school are all on the same floor.
And Bruce Edwards is able to give the lead back to the North All-Stars. SJ Belangel is also back in the game. This is a matchup to watch right here. Belangel versus Serrano.
Actually, our top 5 players are all on the same floor right now. Of course, ito nastilan ni Encho Serrano, si Belangel.
But great recovery there on defense by Miguel Alcorn to prevent that basket by Serrano. But what a steal on Belangel. Let's see how the South All-Stars will respond. Galinato shoots a 3. No.
This is when composure comes to play. Medyo nagkakaseryosohan na dito. So we will see who is the more composed team.
Now the UAP MVP will try. Juan Gomez de Leaño. Clutch basket here.
He is used to those big moments. Of course, he carries that UPIS team on his back. So he's used to having that ball in the fourth quarter.
Belangel shooting a 3. Now the execution of the South All-Stars disappearing here late in the fourth. And when it's money time, you go to the James Harden of Philippine high school basketball. Juan Gomez de Leaño. 85-78. Just like that, the North All-Stars have established a 7-point lead. The North All-Stars are in the midst of a 7-0 run, and they are up 85-78 as we approach the final 3 minutes of this Division 1 NBTC All-Star game. Kamaka Hepa is back on the floor. They throw it down low to Peñano. JLC steals it from his teammate, and John Lloyd Clemente with a big-time move.
Smooth is the one adjective you can describe, you can use when you talk about John Lloyd Clemente. Look at that Euro step. From the right to the left, finishing with the right, John Lloyd Clemente.
His defender just disappearing right in front of him. 87
to 78. The North All-Stars trying to seal the deal here as a couple of forced triples and turnovers giving problems to the South. Manlilin with a drive.
The MVPs are putting in the work here in the final minutes. Of course, Gomez Diliano from the UAP and Troy Malilin scoring their NCAA MVP.
SJ Belangel trying to take matters into his own hands as we see this nice ball movement. And Troy Malilin with a drive, scoring off the glass. Belangel will try to stop the run as the North came up with an 11-0 run.
So I want to know, I wonder what Coach George, if I wonder what Coach Josh Reyes was saying during their halftime break, I also want to know what Coach Jong was saying coming into the fourth quarter. I think that's his first huddle of our game. And his team really coming back and putting in the effort again, and here leading by 10.
And we are seeing the effort from the South All-Stars as they try to mount a last-ditch comeback here. One GDL splitting the D! One Gomez Diliano!
UP fight! Of course, the UP fans are very, very excited to have someone like Juan Gomez Diliano. And 7 points here in the last how many minutes, Anton?
He's making things look easy, Mikey. But SJ Belangel nearly stealing the ball from him. He gives it up to JLC. Tapi ka ng bola mapupunta dito kay Encho Serrano, and it ends up in the hands of Troy Malilin.
You have two MVPs of the two big leagues in high school here in one team. What do you expect? Gomez Diliano and Malilin taking control here. Look at that split. And that hang time move.
This is just insane.
Wow. From a high school kid.
You think that number 4 ranking affected him?
Well, I voted him number 1. I voted him number 1. I had to tell him. I voted you number 1.
Well, we're going to be naming an MVP here in this game, Mikey. And maybe one GDL might be sending a message to some of us.
I'm gonna stick to my boy, one GDL. Swagger.
And he's not done yet. He's not done yet.
He's got the handles, he's got the athleticism, he's got the shooting, he's got the swag. You name it, he's got it.
That's a turnover right there for Bruce Edwards. And Coach Josh Reyes wants to talk things over. So keep it right here on S&A. minute and 6 seconds remain here in this 2017 SM NBTC All-Star Game for Division 1. Crucial possession for the South All-Stars as SJ Benangel gives it up to Hunsay. Oh, what a block by JLC on John Galinato as the South All-Stars tried to go for a quick 3.
Dito nagka-play na bigla si Coach Josh Reyes. You will see where this will go.
And they're really looking for Galinato. Short on that triple. He kicks it out. Another triple, this time from Sherman Concepcion, and he knocks it down.
Of course, Galinato, one of the premier shooters of the high school game. Coach Josh Reyes knows that, pero ito si Sherwin Concepcion ang nakakonekta from the outside.
Now it's Encho Serrano who will try to score on this crucial possession. So when you have Serrano and Gomez de Liaño, sometimes it becomes a my turn, your turn approach. And
JLC.
Yeah, JLC is there. but knowing Juan Gomez de Liaño, that was a reluctant pass to Serrano.
Oh yeah. Especially how hot he's been in the fourth quarter. I can feel the frustration. Sige na nga, ikaw na muna. But I'm sure if the ball goes back to their side, si Gomez de Liaño naman ang hahawak nito.
Encho Serrano smiling as he's defending Hunsay. And Sherwin Concepcion will try another triple. JLC with the rebound. And Clemente gets it across. Here's Juan Gomez de Liaño. Benangel still defending him as if this was just the beginning of the game. And Benangel able to force Gomez de Liaño to turn the ball over. Playing until the buzzer sounds. SJ Benangel getting another basket. 2.8 seconds remaining. And JLC nearly dropping that one from half court, and that will do it. The North All-Stars prevail over the South All-Stars, but not before the South All-Stars mounted a comeback here in the fourth quarter.
In that third quarter, nagpakitang gilas itong South All-Stars, showing why they are here. But as we said at the top of this broadcast, this North All-Stars team is really just full of talent, and they use talent here to finish the game off.
That wraps up a very exciting matchup wherein we saw the top 26 ranked high school players in the archipelago, joined of course by 4 top players from some of the international teams, 3 of the international teams that participated in the NBTC this season, as the North All-Stars prevail over the South All-Stars 94-89.
A lot of superstars we saw today show their stuff. Of course, Encho Serrano showing us his athleticism, and finally playing again against his rivals from the UAAP. On the other side, SJ Belangel really leading his team in that comeback. And ito ding si Hunsay really making a name for himself in this All-Star game. We did not see that coming. Pero ang ganda rin ng nilaro nitong Mapua Red Robin.
Geniel Krishnan is with the UAAP MVP Juan Gomez de Liaño.
That is right, Mikey and Anton, kasama ko nga ang ating player of the game na si Gomez de Liaño. So my first question is, paano ka ba matutulungan itong NBTC League para sa mga susunod mo pang ligang sasalihan?
Just the experience for the next level, tsaka yung exposure namin. Lahat ng coaches nandito nanonood. So we just had to show our skills, and yun lang.
Well, alam mo, lahat kayo dito, stars. Kaya nga, all-stars to. And sa tingin mo, paano ka nag-stand out of all stars? Ikaw ang pinaka-star nga on this game.
I just love competing. Just trying to make my teammates involved. Just try to make, the last shots count.
All right, thank you so much. Back to you, Mikey and Anton.
And he really performed best, especially in the fourth quarter. Look at this highlight play, splitting the D, pretending to go straight up, but he goes right under Carl Peñano.
I think this is the 6th replay of this, and it is just too good not to watch again and again and again. Wow, gliding in the air is
That's an MVP type of a move for a guy who is compared to James Harden, a lefty, and James Harden, a guy who could also be named NBA MVP this season. All right, let's turn it over to Noel Zarate for the awarding ceremony.
Awarding ceremonies, and to help us hand out the medals, Coach Eric Altamirano, along with the president of SMLEA, Ed Tejerero. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our champions of the 2017 SM NBTC League Division I High School All-Star Game, the North Team. Let's call them in one by one. Number 1, Evanele. Number 2, Gilmer De La Torre. Number 3, Unique Naboa. Number 4, Echo Serrano. Number 5, Harvey Pagsanan. Number 6, Dave Ildefonso. Number 7, John Lloyd Clemente. Number 8, Juan Gomez Del Llano. Number 9, Kai Soto. Number 10, Jonas Tibayan. Number 11, Jeremy Mahinay. Number 12, Troy Malilin. Number 13, Aaron Fermin. Number 14, Bruce Edwards. And number 15, Emmanuel Magdenberg. With their head coach, John Wichico, with Randy Alcantara. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, our champions are also going to get special prizes from Frigo Jeans, courtesy of Mr. Edster C.
We have the champions right here in the Division I NBTC All-Star Game, the North All-Stars. Kai Soto, we got a glimpse of his potential. Dave Ildefonso also showed his stuff. But of course, Juan Gomez de Llano really shined bright along with Encho Serrano here in this game. Coach John Chico, what a privilege for these kids to play under him. And Coach Randy Alcantara, ever the teacher, champion coach for the Malayan High School of Science. Red Robbins, also the mentor of these talented young kids from the North All-Stars. Mikey, your comments on this entire week, a special week for the future of Philippine basketball?
Well, of course, these players really had this big opportunity to show what they can do to college scouts and, of course, to fans all over the metro and all over the country. And they did not disappoint. They really showed their heart, their skills, their talent, and they really made use of the opportunity given to them by Coach Eric Altamirano, Coach Alex Compton, and of course everyone else behind NBTC.
So once again, congratulations to the NBTC Program Director, Coach Eric Altamirano, and the entire NBTC organization. Once again, the North All-Stars prevail over the South All-Stars 94-89, led of course by Juan Gomez de Llano. On behalf of our director, Abed Ramos, Gainwell Krishnan, my partner, Mikey Reyes, I'm Anton Ross saying thank you for watching. This is the 2017 National Basketball Training Center on SNA.
Encho Serrano is our Frigo Most Outstanding Player of the Division I All-Star Game. Let's have one more photo op with both teams, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to have the North team and the South team at center court. Of course, let's acknowledge the South team, headed by Coach Josh Reyes and Alan Albano.